we took an interesting poll here at DG360 with over 594 votes. I think we got another record. We are killing it on YouTube. 594 votes. And the question should be simply stated as this. How many people would you like to see playing around you in the Star Citizen verse? That's really the question at hand here. We know server meshing is going to have the ability where you're going to put multiple servers with multiple amounts of people sharing the same experience. I think I worded this poll wrong. I should have said just like, how many players would you like to see in the game around you, like to experience and share this experience with? And I am so proud of my family here. They voted 44% for a limitless experience. Coined here, we talked about a limitless experience, and why most of us pledged to Star Citizen is to have that limitless experience. 44%, nearly half of you said, I want no limit. Now, of course, we got to talk about technology being a harness, being a roadblock, blocking us from that limitless experience. But, you know, with the things that Cloud Imperium is working on, this is what we're striving for. We want the limitless experience. Some people, they realize maybe in the short term, there's going to be some type of cap here. And we're going to have to worry about the fact that we're not going to be able to really have the limitless experience right away. And so that's why I'm seeing 25% of people saying, I'm looking for at least 100 to 300 players. So that was the next one, tied at 13%, lucky number. It looks like 500 and 1,000 plus players, tie at 13%, and 4% are fine with currently how it is at a 50 player experience. That's amazing to me. Let's read some comments here from our family. And I want to get a little bit more insight. Dartside6 says PlantSide can do nearly 3,000 players on the map. Dual Universe can do 30,000, which, by the way, not all 30,000 are actual people. Let's you know, tone it down just a bit. I love you, Darkside, but you know what I'm saying. A lot of that was AI. I got the official number at 3,400 actual players, which is still very, very impressive on that test from Dual Universe. And you guys know I'm digging that title. Spatial OS allows mesh servers with a capacity to 30 or 40,000 players with over 100,000 AI entities in the same instance. SC is next gen, no less than 3,000. Absolutely agree with you. We should have quite a few people to experience this with. That's what makes this game appealing. That's what we're looking for. That's what we demand as backers. We want it. You can't do that, then we got a serious issue, Cloud Imperium, and they know that. That's why they're doing the work, that they're putting in that work. But, you know, this is why we cover it on the channel all the time. Dark Angel says, I would like at least 500, but I think 100 to 300 would be more realistic. And, you know, I have to say, though, that I disagree slightly with that, Dark Angel, because I feel like in order for us to have the experiences that we want, that 100 to 300 is not going to be enough. You know, if you talk about the size of some of these ships, you're talking multi-crew fun, battling it out, blah, blah, explosions everywhere you go. You're going to need more than 100 to 300 people for sure. I'm saying at least five to experience with, to have a good time. Or Erad, he says he wish he had voted. It's okay, dude. You missed out on this one. But we had good turnout, man. Look, aim for limitless and it comes up short. We'll still be in a great place, says Stevie. I'm not quite sure about that, man. But I respect it. He's being positive. But I'm not quite sure about that, dude. Iron Hand says, I would be happy with 500 players to get fleet battles together. Yes, agree. 1,000 to limitless would be awesome. But feels like it's not realistic, he says. Feels like it's not realistically going to happen. And that's a little bit, you know, people feel that way. People, you know, and rightly so. We're still waiting for the tech to be getting us to that next level. Dublin says limitless is the end goal. However, 100 to 300, he says. Okay. Renee says 10,000 players when the verse gets big enough. It's overcrowded with 1,000 players. If we just had the stand system, Pyro will help as the systems come online. Of course, we're spreading that out, and we do not want an Elite Dangerous experience where we're going all over the verse to try and find somebody. I do not want that. 1 billion systems and 30 people online does not make a great game. Elite Dangerous, time to figure that out. Time to figure that out. What's up, Vagna? Welcome to the chat. Good to see you here, bro. Oh, what else do we got here? Invisible. What does he say? No limit so long as I have enough ammunition. Now that is something I like to see. That is something I'd like to see. Christopher Pedges says, no limit is best. However, my org and I have been putting together missions. We did a Carrick boarding action. Carrick boarding action. Watch out. You're hitting her aft in the most peculiar way. Carrick boarding action. It sounds a little personal, Christopher. I don't think I can continue reading that comment, buddy. Killian says, Scale is one of the biggest USP of SC. That counts for both the size of the map and its inhabitants. Stanton has 4 planets, 10 moons, a dozen or so space stations, and a partridge in a pear tree. Just putting 10 players each at main points of interest in one system would sum up to 500 players. Add 5 systems. Do the math. Do the math, he says. Well, not quite sure I could even do the math on that, Killian. I get what you're saying. The fairy says, although the crew requirement for the Big Bengal might be outdated, max 755 people. 755 people. Holy goodness. What? 100 to 300 players in one area at a time would be fine. 100 to 300. Solara, how you doing, girl? Good to see you here. Also equally important is how SIG are going to mold and shape the players' behavior to have a diegetic effect on their fellow players. You know, that's a new word for me. Let's look up diegetic. Diegetic. She's always teaching me vocabulary. Diegetic sound is any sound presented as originated from source within the films where maybe she spelled it wrong. Let's look here. Another term for diegetic sound is actual. She's hitting us up with the Greek terms. Diegesis is a style of fiction storytelling that presents an interior view of the world. Apply it to this to the way this comment is crafted. So anyway, really cool stuff. Thanks for commenting, everybody. So many more comments. Sabla says, interesting here. He says, if you think anything less than limits is acceptable, you don't understand the scope of this project. I like the way Sabla thinks here. I like the way that he's thinking. I'm going to read this whole thing. With the tech that SIG has developed, they can have 50 to 100 players per server on an engine that was designed to handle 16. That's a huge accomplishment that shows what SIG is capable of. With the server meshing, we will have 50 to 100 players per object container. The size and scope of object containers will depend on how successful server meshing development goes. Imagine having a 25 on 25 FPS battle in the Idris flight deck while seeing a 25 on 25 fighter dogs fighting outside the ship. Imagine 50 ships of air traffic coming and going at a landing zone at every landing zone while more than 50 players are in their shopping district and another 30 people in the G-Lock bars as 2 groups of 25 players make their way to the hangars to board dropships. Wow, that was intense, Sablo. I like what you did. I like what you did right there. My imagination's running wild right now. Thank you. You gave me an imagination orgasm. I appreciate that. All right, everyone. Tell me what you think. The results of the poll unanimously show people want a limitless experience. A limitless experience is what people are looking for, and that demands tech that currently it's not here yet. It will be soon. TM, thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you.